Happy holidays. As the year draws to a close, I always make a list of my green living goals for the next year, and I am so excited about 2024. It's easy to become discouraged, especially when you're constantly reading the news about climate change and just how dire the situation is. But this year, I decided to do my usual ritual of burning away the old year, and I decided to burn away nihilism. I don't want to become despondent and to give up on my goals and to stop trying for future generations. So I'm really excited about 2024, and these are some of the goals that I have to live my greenest life possible. As always, I'm going to continue to work on this book. I've been developing a 10-step guide for eco-friendly living. I call it the 10 R's of Green Living, and I have adapted them. So I believe the first step to live your greenest life possible is to do the research. Stay up to date on climate-related news and the best way to live your greenest life possible. I'm a big believer in moderate minimalism. The word minimalism gets thrown around a lot, but I don't think you need to own 3 outfits and have virtually no possessions. But I do think once a person purges their home, they'll see how much they were controlled by their possessions. So I regularly try to clean things out and have yard sales. The tricky part is not throwing away all of the stuff because that is counterproductive to living a green life. But purging and removing items from your home is just so restorative, especially around the new year or when spring comes if you want to do some spring cleaning. The third R is to reduce. So I want to reduce the amount of meat and dairy I consume and reduce any environmentally harmful practices such as using too much plastic, not bringing my own coffee mug or Tupperware to avoid having, to-go box anytime I go to the restaurant. Replace is my fourth R. I want to swap any non-green items for greener ones. So one thing I've resolved to do this year in 2024 is to buy in bulk, buy food in bulk, buy my laundry soap in bulk. We have a great soap refill station here in my hometown, so I'm going to be replacing a lot of environmentally harmful practices with more sustainable ones. And then repair. I have a huge bag full of repair items that I want to keep. So I've got things that need to be glued. I've got a lot of clothing items that need to be mended. It's so easy to just go out and buy new stuff instead of making repairs and trying to make the items we have last as long as possible. So that is something I've resolved to do. I'm going to try to repair 1 item per day. Recycle. I've been reading a lot about the recycling system. I'm pleased to know that we recycle a lot of paper in this country and that glass can be continuously recycled. Metal, of course, is lucrative to recycle. Plastic is still kind of a problem, though, so I'm hoping maybe I can research some ways to make plastic more recyclable and see if I can do something with plastic items that can't be recycled. Which is why I'm going to also be reusing, finding clever ways to reuse products and to reuse items and get back into upcycling, which I wanted to do more of in 2023, but never got around to. Renovate. I want my house to be as eco-friendly as possible, and I've been remodeling it, and it is a challenge to be eco-conscious and remodel a house. It's so much easier just to throw away all of the junk that comes from purging and cleaning and deconstructing and trying to build a new home. So hopefully this year I can be better about green renovations. Restore. I want my lawn to be an eco-friendly lawn, not a lawn that requires mowing. I want to plant a lot of native plants, and because I don't particularly have a green thumb, this is going to require a lot of research and planning ahead of time. My entire backyard is shaded, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that yet. But I'm also going to opt for bringing back green spaces and having more parks in my community. And then finally, my last R in the 10 R's is revolutionize. We need to change the way that we do things. We need to get involved. I want to be a part of more communities that advocate for green living. I want to make sure that I'm up to date on every ballot and that I am voting and encouraging others to do so. Finding community and people to work with makes such a difference, and I'm not going to give up hope, and I hope you don't either. Now, normally I come up with 10 New Year's resolutions, but I've found that that was a little bit too challenging and I would forget about some of them. So now I'm only doing 5. I'm scaling back so that I can really focus on the ones that matter. And if you're familiar with the SMART method for setting goals, that is to be specific about the goal, make it measurable, something that you can actually accomplish, achievable, like if you aim too high, you're going to get overwhelmed, relevant, and time-bound. So I'd like to accomplish these 5 goals in the new year. First, I want to finish my book about the 10 R's of green living, living your greenest life possible. I want to try to go zero waste. This one might be a little bit tricky, but if I take my own recycling to the recycling center and I continue composting, I could probably do without trash service. Even though it's not very expensive here, it would be nice to be able to just eliminate that altogether, but I want to wait until I am 100% positive that I can do it. I want to finish repairing and mending all my clothes and broken items. That's one of my 10 R's. I would like to make 1 upcycled project every week. So a major goal of mine, I want to have my own upcycling business. I've been talking about it for years. I haven't done hardly anything with it because it's kind of discouraging and challenging. We just don't really live in a society that makes upcycling and reusing sustainable. It's so much easier just to throw stuff away and buy it new. But I'm committed to it and I want to keep trying, and I've got more free time in the coming year, so I think I'm going to give it a go. And finally, I want to launch that upcycling business. Even if it's just a little online business where I'm selling cute products that I upcycled, that's a place to start, at least. So those are my goals for 2024. Wish me luck. Stay hopeful out there, and share with me what your goals are for the coming year. Have a great day. See you next year.